So let's start with questions. If you have any question, please, you can put up your hand. It makes it very organized. However, if you're unable to do that, you can unmute your microphone, but if you put up your hand, it makes it super easy for all of us so that it will be very organized. Abraham, please go on.
Okay. Please, the name I use as the person sponsoring my trip is not exactly the name that I want to use. I'm supposed to write it in the format, the way it is with the bank statement. So please, I want to fill in a new DS-160. How do I go about it?
Where is your interview scheduled?
23rd.
No, I mean, where, in which country?
In Nigeria.
Okay, so you can create a new one, a new DS-160, since you've already submitted the old one. Now, when you create a new DS-160, you're going to have a new DS-160 confirmation number. So I'm talking about the number that begins with AA00. Then you have to log into your appointment portal. On the left-hand side, there is a couple of tabs. So log out, provide feedback, edit profile, reschedule, that is if you've not exhausted it, emergency request. So on the left-hand side, you click on update profile, and then you have to put in, at the update profile section, there are a couple of things you cannot update. Your passport ID number, your name and stuff like that, your address, everything is there. So you delete the old DS-160 confirmation number, put in the new one, save it, and then now you can go ahead and make sure everything is all right before you submit it. And then you use the new DS-160 confirmation page and the new appointment confirmation page for the interview. I don't know if you got my point.
Does it affect my date of appointment, the current date of appointment?
That's a good question. No, it doesn't.
Okay, thank you.
Nicholas, please go on.
Yes, please. Thank you very much. And my question is, at first, I use my guardian to be sponsored.
Your mouth is very close to the device you're using. So,
is it better?
Are you using a headset?
No, please. I'm not using a headset.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So at first, my guardian was the one I used for the one.
All right, I think I lost the connection. So if you can repeat your question.
Yeah, so I want to find out. I was recently given a sponsorship letter from my home institution, that's University of Cape Coast. So I uploaded it and then they updated my I-20. So my I-20 is no longer consisting of my personal funds and family funds. It only consists of my institutional funds. Mm-hmm. And I want to find out if where the one paying for the trip, should I put the University of Cape Coast there, or I should still use my family fund?
Scholarship cover for the flight ticket as well.
Okay, it was 60,000. That is.
No, I mean, there is a breakdown of what the scholarship covers. Is that nothing? Or there is nothing?
No, there is no breakdown for my institution. There is no breakdown.
But technically, will they be handing over money, or will they be purchasing the flight ticket for you?
No, it's just for the visa.
So that means that you would necessarily have to figure out who will be paying for the flight ticket and use it for that.
Okay, so there is no need for me to use the institution.
Exactly, since they are not paying for it. If they are, then good. But if they are not, there's no need to do that.
Okay, but if I put it there, but they are not the one doing it, I will do it myself. What of that one? Because that one is just a formality.
I mean, there are repercussions of whatever you want to do. In fact, in the DS-160, especially if you've never been to the interview before, you are the one telling your story. So whatever you want to put there, it's highly possible. But there's also a possibility of questions around whatever you put in the DS-160. So if you'll be able to prove that, then that's absolutely fine. You may be lucky and nothing will be asked about it. That's absolutely fine.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Right, please go on.
Yeah, please, I want to find out if your school demand an enrollment deposit and you pay for a such amount. I don't know if you can attach the receipt you were given to the embassy as a proof of payment part of, let's say, partial payment of your tuition fees.
There's a difference between tuition deposit and enrollment deposit. Mostly enrollment deposit is, comparatively less compared to tuition deposit. And so, for example, if enrollment deposit is $100, $150, $300, $500, that cannot constitute as part payment of your fees. And of course, paying school fees does not necessarily guarantee a visa approval. And when going for the interview, whatever documents you think would help with your process or add up to your profile, you can carry it. It doesn't necessarily mean that the visa officer is going to ask questions about it. So if you pay enrollment deposit, it doesn't constitute partial payment or partly paying your school fees, because definitely it will be more than that. So if questions around, have you made any enrollment deposit payment, then yeah, obviously you can say that.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Yeah, please go on. Oh yeah, have you already spoken?
No, I haven't, please.
All right, go ahead.
So I've applied to this school to read my Bachelor's of Science in Mathematics. So I've already completed the College of Education. So I applied as a transfer student, which I've been admitted without any scholarship, any funding. Now I've bought my MRV fee and I've had a date in December. But I don't want to go to the interview without a scholarship. So I don't know if at this time I can write the SAT, apply for the school and get spring and then get a scholarship. I don't know if I'm late to do that.
No, you're not late. I really but that once you have an I-20 that you'll be able to book a date, it means that you were able to show sufficient funds by whichever means, whether financial documents, scholarship from any other source, that you'll be able to take care of it. Understand? That is, my thoughts though. IB, please go on. IB, please unmute your microphone and go ahead. All right, IB is not ready. So Clement, please go on.
Good morning, Mr. Fred. Please, mine has to do with the filling with DS-160. I was employed as a teacher from 2012 up to 2018 as class teacher. But now I've been appointed as head teacher from 2018 up to date. So my question is, with filling the previous work experience, since it is more than 5 years, can I still include when I was classroom teacher, or I should just stick with the 2018 up to date?
No, it's strictly tell you it has to be within 5 years, so there's no need to add that because it's definitely going to ask about the employment period. So the system will ask you to put in the employment period. And of course, if it exceeds 5 years, then the system wouldn't allow you to proceed. Isa, please go.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Fred. My interview is in August and my sponsor's bank statement ends in April. Is it fine that I can use that? Also, currently, I'm a teaching and research assistant
Can I
at Ken.
respond to that before we move on?
That's fine.
All right. So the university or the institution you are going to is the one that gives instructions or directions on how your financial statement should be, not the embassy. So ideally, if you have an updated copy of your financial document or any other document that you're presenting at the embassy, great. But if you don't have that, it's not a big deal. So the embassy do not have specific instructions on how your statement or financial document should be. Your school does. And if your school has accepted whatever document you submitted to them to issue your I-20, then you're good to go.
Okay, I'm asking because I give my school the financial bank statements in April.
So I've responded to you, bro. What I said was that if you're able to get an updated version of any document, not only the financial document, any document you're using, great, use that. But if you don't, it's not a big deal.
Okay, but my second question is that currently I'm a teaching and research assistant at Ken University, but I work with the Department of Language and Communication. So the courses I take are purely communication courses because we don't have enough lecturers. But this department falls under the social sciences faculty. So with the current place of work, I saw social sciences and communication as various aspects or let's say departments that one can work under. Am I choosing communication or social sciences?
Wherever you work is not sponsoring you, it's not much of a big deal, so you.
Okay, thank you very much.
And especially if you have to opt for what really aligns with what you studied and what you're going to study. I don't know if you get me. So if you have an aspiration to do something which you intend to put in your story, then you try as much as possible for the choice to align with what you studied, what you're going to study versus what you intend to do.
Okay, I studied communication, specialized in journalism, and I'm going to.
All right, Fred. Good morning. I wanted you to help me craft why I want to study MSc Computer Science, whilst my undergrad does not goes in line with what I want to study.
You're the one who. Computer science in the boss. So what happens is that what we do here, and this is because of years of experience of doing this. I don't tell people what to go and say, but rather you come up with what you want to go and say, and then we help you refine it. Right? Am I making sense?
Yes, please.
So I'm not going to manufacture words and put in your mouth. Mostly people are not good at telling them what to say when it really doesn't align well with them. So you come up with, how you want to answer those questions. Now, our duty here is to help you refine them or to put them in a way that would position you to get the visa approved. I don't know if you go.
All right. Yeah, I get it. Thank you.
All right. So if you're just joining, you're welcome. We do this. We've been doing this for more than half a decade. I think this is the biggest platform for years that we have been assisting a lot of people to go through the process. So understand that we don't pretend to be an expert in this field. We are just helping you to refine your stories and to be able to build your confidence to prepare for the interview. Now, ultimately, the decision or whatever you decide to go and say at the embassy should 100% come from you. Don't say that Fred said I should go and say this. It doesn't work like that. So ours is to help you refine your story, but ultimately, whatever decision. So you can watch videos, you can listen to people's advice and all that. But when you get there, what you think is right. So sometimes people get interviewed, we give comments. You don't necessarily have to take all the comments. You need to sieve through what works for you. You pick it. What doesn't work for you, you throw it away. And we encourage people to be very positive about this whole thing. You understand? Over here on this platform, we do not tolerate negativity. We do not have the power to say that, somebody is going to get approved, somebody is going to get denied. We encourage people to prepare very well so that they get approved. But we don't, demoralize people. So I don't want instances where we interview somebody and somebody's going to say that, you will not get your visa approved. You are not a visa officer and you are not God too. So we want our words to be more encouraging, inspiring. So sometimes I listen to some mock sessions and it looks like somebody gets interviewed and then, people are tearing the person down that, you're not doing well. Your visa will be denied because you don't have, no, you don't have to say that, All right. And as Kwanzaa, go on.
Oh, Fred, Charlie. If you are reapplying for your visa interview on the DS-160, what are some of the things specifically you are not supposed to touch? That is my first question. And then have you been...
Let's answer that one. You said, what are some of the things you're not supposed to what?
Touch, as in you're not supposed to change from your previous interview section?
Oh, some things cannot be changed. Like what your mother's name cannot change from Ama Mansan to Akusia Mansan in your next application.
Okay.
So consistency in certain things, your name cannot be changed. Maybe if you have a change of name, that's absolutely fine, which you have to provide an affidavit for it. But there's some concrete stuff that cannot be changed. But if you change your school, you change your program, your service ID number has changed, your financial situation has changed, and your follow-up question was at the part where they ask you, have you ever been refused a visa or stuff like that? Yeah, you say yes, and then you indicate that you were denied under Section 214B. Understand that everybody and all over the world, when you're being denied a non-immigrant visa, you get the same document, which is given to almost everyone. Some people get the 221G, which, administrative processing, stuff like that. But ultimately, everybody gets the 214B. Now, unfortunately, most people are not privileged to, know the reason why they were refused, right? So if you go and say something over there, and the visa officer who interviewed you wrote something else, in your next attempt, it will mean that you've not improved on your situation. You get it?
Yeah.
So you leave it that way. And of course, I did a session with a former visa officer, and she gave a brilliant, idea on how you should put it. So if you could check that video out, that would be super helpful.
All right. Thank you.
Issa, no, William, I see you do. William, go ahead.
All right, Mr. Fred, good morning.
Issa,
can you hear me?
Everybody can hear you, sir.
Yeah. I'm into politics. I'm a police station executive member.
For which party?
And this man Ankasano, yeah, it's a problem everybody is talking about, and I just don't. Real, I don't. No, we still. That's some of the people's opinion that things are, yeah. We understand the situation on the ground, but we are working on it.
You write for him to go and say, or you tell him not to talk again.
Even as Anthony told me that he had been hearing some things about.
Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on. So, what's your question?
So my question is, in my interview, I want to build my home ties. Can I add my political?
All right. So it depends. You know, there are a lot of ways of building home ties.
Okay.
So yeah, you can use that, and of course, since you have like maybe an executive card or something like that, so you want to go and study and come back and do this. That's a strong home tie. That's true.
Okay. Thank you very much. That's the question I wanted to ask.
All right, let's go on. Let's talk to who has not spoken. Ernest Kwanzaa, have you spoken, bro?
Yeah, I did. Thank you.
All right. Your hand was still up, that's why. So Isa has also spoken, right? Isa, have you spoken? Hi, Isa. Okay, Isa cannot find the unmute button, so we move on. If you wanted to ask a question, but you don't know how to put up your hand, sometimes people find it difficult to do that. You can just unmute your microphone and go ahead. Okay. All right. So I don't think we have any questions. So
yeah, hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, good morning.
Boss, go on. We can hear you.
Okay. What do you call it?
Question has vanished. What do you call it? Your name is
no, the question has not vanished. The question has not vanished.
Okay.
Yeah. But I don't know how to put it. I want to ask my previous DS 160. The last time that they reviewed, I think there was one or two mistakes, and this time around, my interview has been extended. So I want to ask, can I do another DS 160, or like I should maintain the old one?
So when you say your interview has been extended, what does it mean?
Yeah. Initially, I went for the interview, but they had technical problems, so I couldn't. The interview did not come on. So
which country is that?
China.
Oh, okay. So you maybe a couple of things can change. Like with the extension, has it affected anything? Maybe the earliest admission date or intended date of arrival or stuff like that. Has it affected that? If it has affected it, then it will necessitate you making those changes in the DS 160. But if nothing has changed, then you should be good.
Oh, okay.
Thanks. Clement, you're back.
Yeah, please, Fred. This one too has to do with the primary occupation. I'm a teacher, so is there the need for me to select education, or I should select other and then indicate a teacher?
Yeah, education, definitely. Teaching falls under education. So are you there, Clement? Okay. Is it for my
Fred?
Yeah, but what I said was that obviously teaching falls under education, so please do that.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Prince, please go on.
Okay. Please, my arrival date on the I-20 is 18th August 2024.
No, I like how you talk, eh? I like you.
So my question is, when filling the DS-160?
If somebody gives you a compliment, respond there.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right, go ahead.
Thank you very much. So when filling DS-160, the portion that asks your intended date of arrival, should I extend it because the interview date is on 13th August?
Mm-hmm.
So should I extend the date, like intended date of arrival?
What did you put in the DS-160 now? Because the intended date of arrival should obviously come after your interview date.
Yes, I put 18th as it is stated on the I-20.
I-20 does not talk about intended date of arrival. I-20 only talks about three dates: earliest admission date, program start date, and classes start date. Yeah. I-20 does not.
That is the program start date. Sorry.
No, it's just not realistic to put the program start dates as your intended date of arrival. Data program is starting now, so they will be free now. It should come before that. It depends on how your situation is. So, for example, if you're not getting a closer date and it looks closer, that shouldn't be a problem. You can pick that. But when you have enough time, the class start date shouldn't be the intended date of arrival. So there is mostly technically like 30 days between the earliest admission date and the program start date. So the intended date of arrival could be anywhere between the earliest admission date and the program start date, anywhere within that 30-day window.
Okay, because I was not getting a date, so the date I get closer was 13th August.
And your program start date
is 18th August.
And then your interview is 13th.
Yes.
So you can put it somewhere 15th, 14th, because it has to be between when you're going for the interview and then your program start date, not on the same date that your program is supposed to start. In fact, if you're going on the same day that your program is starting, then you need an extension letter from your school. Other than that, you may have challenges at a point of entry.
Okay. All right.
Ivan, please
Thank
go
you.
on.
Yeah, I've read.
But generally, how do you see the whole mock session since you've been joining?
Is it me, Evans?
Yeah.
Oh, it's been great. I think it's super helpful. The input that people make, I think, are very helpful, and they are able to help people to fine tune their story and make it better. That's what I think.
What would you change if you were supposed to be in our position? What would you change?
Oh, I believe that maybe I would have extended the time from like 4 o'clock to 4:05. Many people normally come late to join, but I think that's fine.
Which time?
I mean, the time that people are supposed to enter their name to be interviewed. That would be the only thing that.
Okay, so extend it from where?
Maybe from 4 o'clock to maybe 4:10. I think that would have been better because people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a brilliant suggestion. Yeah, go ahead with your question.
So my question is that with the previous work experience, is it for within 5 years or for maybe 5 years aggregation? Maybe if you have to aggregate it. So, for example, if let's say you were a teacher from 2013 to maybe 2016, can you add that as part of your previous work experience, or it should fall within from 2019 to 2024 since it's for 5 years?
When you type the work experience, they give you you have an opportunity to enter when you started that work and when you if the system allows you to put in there, fine, but mostly it wouldn't.
Also, for instance, for me, I was a TA at UCC from 2015 to 2016.
Well, I answered your question. You can.
Yes, so I did that. So I think it's allowed me to do that, though.
Yeah, then you're good to go.
All right, then. I think
TJ, please go ahead.
Okay, so my question is slightly related to.
Can you speak up a little bit? But before that, if you want to be interviewed, the time is up. You can type your name in the chat, and then we go according to the list.
Okay, so my question is a bit related to it's about the work experience on DX160.
Mm-hmm.
So I first started my work role as an administrator. Then I transitioned into software development. So I don't know, do I need to put my administrative role experience as well on the DS-160? Or
Yeah,
should I stick to software development?
You know,
which is
what you're typing speaks well for your story. Experience. There are typical questions like, what did you study? What are you doing now? And what are you going to study? Around it that aligns, then it's perfect.
Okay. All right, no problem.
But you know, you don't want instances where you studied and it's been difficult for you to, you know, align those kind of what you study versus what you're doing versus what you're going to study. You get it? Right.
Okay.
So we have 2 minutes and then we'll begin the session. If you have a question, you can unmute your microphone and go ahead. So we appreciate everybody joining. Together, we can all be helping ourselves. So try and, as much as possible, also participate. Ask a question, they will not say anything, they will not make any contribution. Okay. Hi,
Fred.
What? I said I'm kind of Joanna. No, go ahead. Don't mind me.
It's fine. Thank you. Please, I just have a quick question. So I've been looking for a date here in Ghana, and I was not able to get a date. So thankfully, I went on the I was able to get a date in Benin. But the thing is that I just have 2 days to the interview. So I'm just wondering if it's a calculated risk I can take and stay the next
Even
2
if you
days
go,
to
if
prepare.
you go like a day before, please go.
Oh wow, okay. All
Yeah,
right.
if you go.
Okay, so what advice would you give so I can prepare adequately? Because I feel like the time is short.
Yeah, like you should submit your DS-160 by now.
Yes, I have.
And you got your documents ready.
I have everything.
Yeah, you should be fine. That goes to everyone that because of how these issues are, please prepare in advance. By now, you should pay your service fee and stuff like that.
Yes.
So you don't have a problem.
Okay, so it's no problem. 2 days is perfectly fine.
No, it's not a big deal.
All right, thank you.
The interview itself is like few minutes, no, few seconds. So not a big deal.
All right, thank you for it.
Any other questions from anyone?
Yeah, hello. Good morning.
Yeah.
Please, I want to ask, before I had a date, I was not getting a date, but so I applied for emergency in Ghana here. And the start date on my I-20 is 13th of August. But the emergency date I got for the visa interview is 8th of August. So I communicated to my school because with like the days between the day I'm supposed to arrive there and then the visa date like is close. So I told them if I can defer my course to spring, which is next year January, and I did. So I want to know if I'm supposed to do I'm supposed to like apply or like create a new DS-160 or something like that, because
but when
the
is your
information
interview?
is 8th of August.
And then your program start date was what?
Was 13th August.
So why did you defer? That's like 5 days after your approval, right?
Yeah.
So there was no need for you to defer because to travel to the US like a day if you wanted to.
I feel like maybe like the days are that close that
so what
maybe
happens that, you know, I don't know if that's going to be a problem. If you defer to spring, it means that they have to update your I-20 to a spring.
Yeah.
They've done that?
I've done it and they've sent me a new I-20.
Okay, then you can you have to also create a new DS-160. The reason is that a couple of things will change, like the intended date of arrival, the program start date, and stuff like that has changed from, as it were, August. So you have to create a new one. Yes, you have to.
Okay, please. Thank you.
All right. So we have to start the session. I'm sorry if you have other questions. We'll respond to them after the section, and we encourage everybody to join early so we can address your questions before we begin the session. All right. So we are. If there's more time, we can interview more people, and we encourage everybody to participate. Have pen and paper, be writing things down. When people get interviewed, give positive and progressive comments, to help all of us. All right, so let's start with, and understand that all right. So let's start with Michael. Hi, Michael. Are you ready? Michael, are you there?
Yes, I'm with you.
Yeah. When is your interview, though?
I'm there.
Yeah, I was asking.
My interview is 20th August.
20th August. Okay, and your program starts on
26th August.
Oh, okay. Okay. You will not defer because somebody has deferred.
No, I will not defer.
All right. Can you send me a hi or hello? That will help, because I think you sent a document already, so I just have to pull it up.
Yes, I just sent you hi.
72, right?
I just sent you hi.
Yeah. To a layman, how would you
Yes,
explain gerontology?
Gerontology is the study of the agent.
Why is there a need to study the
study
agent?
of the age. There is a need to study the age because people don't know the complexities that comes with the aging process, and the agent in society needs a specialized attention when you are caring for them. Please come again.
Where is Georgia State University located?
Georgia State University is located at Atlanta, Georgia.
How did you hear about this university?
My clinical supervisor, in the person of Mr. Matthew, recommended this university to me when I made it known to him my interest in gerontology.
Who
and also, I did an extensive research. Pardon? Oh, the line is breaking.
Yeah. Can anybody hear me? I thought it was from your end. Can anybody else?
Yeah, Fred, we can hear you.
Okay, then Michael, it's not from my end though.
I can hear you now.
Okay, so I was asking, who is sponsoring you?
My uncle is sponsoring me. The deficit of $17,818.
Michael.
My uncle owns a photo studio.
Find another way to
Yes.
Talk about your scholarship, because you have a huge scholarship, before you come in with a deficit.
Okay. Okay. I've been awarded a graduate assistantship, which covers my full tuition with a monthly stipend. And my deficit of $17,880 will be covered by my uncle, Mr. Emmanuel, who owns a successful photo and video studio and earns between $25,000 to $35,000 monthly and 300,000 to 420,000.
Is your sponsor a green card
annually.
holder or a citizen?
Please come again. My sponsor.
Is your sponsor a green card holder or a citizen? Bro, your network is making it difficult for the conversation to flow.
Yes, my sponsor is a green card holder.
Which year did he get to the US?
He left the US in the year 1998.
Okay, so what's the difference between a green card holder and a citizen?
I don't really know the difference, but I know a citizen has other privileges a green card holder doesn't have, which includes voting and participate.
Any comments for Michael? So Michael, there is more than like $30,000 sponsorship from somebody who you know here, but it looks as if from yesterday's interview and today, you have little information about somebody who is willing to spend like $30,000 on your education. So I highly suggest that you get as much information from him if he's willing to provide that as possible. Any other comments for Michael?
Yes, Mr. Fred. My only comment for Michael is that I think with his family situation, like you rightly mentioned, if you hadn't even he just went ahead by just stating the deficit, of which I think he could even be silent on the deficit, but he could explain who is funding that, who will be funding the deficit, rather than mentioning the deficit, even though it is not that so huge. But I would advise that he leaves it silent and just mention who is funding the deficit, what the person does. But what have you? Thank you.
All right. The next person is Ola. So Michael, please go ahead and interview Ola, and then Ola will interview the next person. Ola, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, Michael, let's go. Michael, are you there? Michael is gone now. Okay. Ola, you can send me a hi or hello. Let's take it from there.
Yes, sir. I did. I will send it now.
What's your last name?
I said hello, sir. +44.
Mr. Fred, can you hear me?
Yeah, Michael, go ahead and interview Ola.
Okay. Mr. Ola, why are you here?
Good morning, sir. I am here to be interviewed for an F1 visa to study in the US, precisely to study computer science and quantitative analysis with concentration in predictive analysis. This course is a 2-year master's, which will enable me to study courses like finite mathematics, the reasoning techniques, web development, and so on. I'll be studying this course at Austin Pierce.
Which university are you going to in the UK?
I'll be studying this course at Austin Pierce State University, Class Divide, Tennis, where I'll be working under Professor Martin Jones, whose research interest perfectly aligns with my goal.
Why that university?
I discussed with my project supervisor in my undergraduate about my intention to further my education, and he recommended the school to me, and also told me to reach out to one of our colleagues who is currently studying his PhD in the school. I reached out to him, and he gave me some insight about the school. So I made rigorous research. I found out about the faculty staff, and I saw the work of Professor Martin Jones, who has worked on physiologic-based theory for human disease diagnosis. This is also a work I'm currently working upon, a research work I'm currently carrying on that is in the implementation stage, where I am working on building a physiologic-based model for online shopping support. I reached out to this supervisor and he asked me to go on with the application. I made a very competitive essay and did my
Mr. Ola,
evaluation
how will you
and
fund
applied.
your education in the US?
Having worked for about 8 years, I have an accumulated savings of about 38,000 US dollars. With this, and furthermore, I'm going to be supported by my dad, who is currently working in the Ondo State Ministry of Education. And my mom is going to be giving me $500 monthly stipend to support my academic pursuit, being the only child.
All right, let's end here. Let's take comments for Ola, and then the next person will be Stephen Boateng. So Ola will interview Stephen Boateng. Any comments for Ola?
Yes, I have a comment. Ola. Hi, Ola. Ola, are you there?
Yes, sir, I'm here, sir.
So, Ola, your school, I heard you mention Tennessee. Is it in Tennessee?
Clarksville, Tennessee.
Okay. And also, do you know someone in the US?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
The person that we did undergraduate together, but is currently studying PhD. Started his master's in that school and is currently studying his PhD in the same school.
Okay, then I think that will be all for now.
Okay, sir.
So Google the name of your school and then ask Google to give you the pronunciation of both the city and then the state as well. All right, any comment for Ola? Please go ahead.
Ola.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I suggest when you are being interviewed, you take your time and also listen to the interviewer very careful. I got to know that he was asking you questions, but you were not paying attention to some of his questions. You were just going, you're just saying what you started, but it's like he was trying to cut you, but you are not permitting him. So I think you should work on it. Maybe if you carry the person might not be happy. So just work on it.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Sorry, Mr. Fred, I think I left out one good question. So, Mr. Ola, with respect to your funding, did you say you are funding 38,000? You're contributing 38,000.
Yeah, I have accumulated savings of $38,000.
And have you indicated on your I-20, your DS-160, the amount you earn month?
Yes, 3,000 pounds monthly.
3,000 pounds monthly. Okay. So meaning you are the primary sponsor?
Yes, sir. But I'll be supported with my dad and monthly stipend from my mom.
Okay, then that's fine.
Thank you, sir.
All right. So Ola, you go ahead and interview Stephen.
Sorry, sir. Hello, Stephen.
Hi.
Pass me your documents.
Here you go.
Tell me about your program.
Yeah. I'm going to study Master of Science in Health Emergency Management at Anna Maria College. My program is a specialty in the medical field where I'll be trained on how to manage health complications that need immediate intervention. Currently, the facility I'm working in as a registered nurse don't have enough emergency staff specialists. As a result of this, most of our emergency health cases are being referred to a different health facility, of which many of them don't get to the referral center before they pass out as a result of long distance to the referral
What's your post-study plan?
after my graduation, I'll come back to Ghana and resume a higher position in the Ghana Health Service because my hospital is sponsoring me to specialize in this field to come and help in saving the life of our patients.
So why do you think this visa should be granted?
This visa will allow me to acquire that knowledge, the practical and the theoretical knowledge in the health emergency aspect, in order to come back and help in saving the life of my patients.
It's okay, let's end it here. I'll be passing your interview for comments. Thank you.
I have a comment. Hi, can anyone hear me?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay, so I think you did very well. Please try and find a specific higher role that you'll be occupying after your education so it doesn't sound just vague. So find a specific role. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I also have a comment.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead,
Okay,
sir.
so the question was, what's your study plan? And then he said you come back to take a higher position in the company. I don't think that's a steady plan. I don't know if
No, I think
anyone
the question was post study plan.
Yeah, post study plan.
Okay.
Hello, I also have a comment. When we were asked why should we grant you this visa, I said this visa will give me. The visa doesn't give you let you get the requisite knowledge and do stuff, but rather the visa will permit you to go to US to pursue the program you want to go and do. Then after that, you get those requisite knowledge. So you pay attention to the question and know how to answer it. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So you can take the next person.
Yeah. Please, who is the next person?
The next person, Clement.
Is Abraham?
It's Abraham Samuel.
Abraham Samuel.
No.
Hi, Abraham.
So no, it's Clement.
Abraham, have you been interviewed?
It's Abraham Samuel before Clement.
Abraham, have you been interviewed?
I've been interviewed. I've not been interviewed.
All right, so please, Stephen, go ahead and interview Abraham.
Hi, Abraham.
Hello, officer. Good morning.
Good morning. How can I help you today?
Yeah, I'm here to be interviewed for an F1 visa as reflected on my I-20 and DS-160 to pursue a master's in business administration with a concentration in management and operations at Carolina University. Upon completion of my program, I'll return back to my country to take a higher position in my current place of employment.
Wow, that's good. So who will be sponsoring your education?
Okay, I have a total cost of attendance of $21,530, and I obtained a presidential scholarship of $4,320. The deficit of $17,210 will be sponsored by my dad. He is a successful businessman and he has an annual income of $40,000. So he has a business farm. He has a poultry farm. He believes in my academic pursuit. So he is sponsoring me.
What will this program do for you?
This program will give me the requisite skills I need in strategic leadership and management so that I can be able to connect real life challenge with high quality knowledge based on solid evidence.
Have you traveled outside before?
No.
Tell me more about your school.
Okay, Carolina University was established in 1945. It's the first president was Dr. Stevens H, and then the current president is Dr. Charles Pettit. The mascot is Baron de Brain. The motto is Grace and Truth.
Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you very much. I think I'll end here and take comment.
Is there any comment?
Yeah, the next person is Clement. Clement, any comments for Abraham?
I think he did well. That's all I can say for now.
All right, let's move on. So, Abraham, you interview Clement. We go ahead.
Okay. Please pass me your documents.
Here they are, sir.
Okay. Why are you here?
I'm here to be interviewed for an F1 visa, which will give me a legal entry into the United States, specifically Tennessee Technological University, to pursue a 2-year Master of Science in Chemistry, where I'll be working with Professor Desikari on how to synthesize organic compounds in making pharmaceutical drugs.
Okay. You may as well take your program locally. Why the US?
I chose the US, specifically Tennessee Technological University, because of Professor Desikari research on synthesizing of organic compounds, which aligns with my research interests on synthesizing of organic compounds and making pharmaceutical drugs. And working with him will advance my research skills and pedagogical competencies, so that I'll be able to conduct research on. Please come again, sir.
Are you funding your education?
I have been awarded a graduate teaching assistantship, which covers my full tuition and fees, health insurance, and some living expenses.
Okay, let's
And
end it here. Let's end it here. I'm passing you for comment. The question I asked you about the school taking it locally, that's when I asked you of that question, I expected you to have said to give a kind of why you chose the US first before talking about your school. Yeah, so that's my comment for that.
Okay. Okay.
Any other question? Any other comments, please?
Okay, if they're not okay, go ahead.
Please, the question is it, did you ask why studying US or why studying that school? Because I don't get the comment that you give.
I asked him the question, why the US instead of taking the program locally?
So Dada, who have been just interviewed, why US is different from why the school? If it's why the school, that is when you can talk about the professor and then the course associated with what you are doing currently. But why US is different from how you answer the question. So why US supposed to do how US, you know US education to be?
Okay, that's fine. Thank you.
Yes, please. I have a question to ask as regarding the question you asked him. He said it will grant him legal entry into the US. I once used that word and hear someone comment that we should avoid using the word legal entry. I want a clarification on that. Is this advisable or not?
Yeah, normally he's supposed to say it will permit him to enable him to pursue his program in the US, not actually illegal entry.
Okay, I believe he has taken notes too.
So Clement, you interview me.
Okay. Ni, pass me your documents.
Okay, please here you go.
How are you funding your education?
Okay, my education is being funded by my auntie, who is a lecturer of geology and geomatics at the University of Mines and Technology. She also owns a consultancy which offers assistances mainly to companies between Obuasi and Takwa. Averagely, she amasses an amount of $50,000 annually. She's willing to assist me financially because she shares my interest of acquiring knowledge firsthand in an environment where emerging methods of practice.
Tell me about your programs.
Pardon?
Tell me about your program.
Okay, so I've been admitted into Thomas College, and they've offered me to study environmental science and policy program.
Okay. How did you get your funding?
My auntie is funding me, please.
Oh, okay.
You
Why
have
should
a
I approve your
scholarship.
visa?
You have a scholarship need. That's what he's asking. Answer
Oh,
that
okay.
question again.
Okay. I have a scholarship of $30,700 from Thomas College.
So how did you secure
And
this?
Please, I secured it by merit.
Okay, that's fine. Let's end it here.
Hi, Nee.
Hello.
So when you were asked the question, how did you get your funding? You were supposed to talk about how you obtained the scholarship. So, of course, it's a merit-based scholarship which you obtain, but this is the opportunity for you to talk about your academic prowess and stress on the fact that because you have good academic credentials, you were awarded this scholarship, right? So he went ahead to ask you a follow-up question again, and he said, how did you get this scholarship? So he's literally just trying to say that you need to talk about how you were awarded the scholarship so you can talk about your academic performance and how that got you the scholarship. And then when the first question, I think he asked something about where you talked about your auntie, and then you put her the course that she teaches first before her profession. So if you can switch that around and talk about who she is, what she does, and probably talk about what she teaches at what university, that's fine. So just switch that around. So yeah, these are my comments for you.
So, and then also, I think the first question that you were asked, tell me about your program. Was that the first question? Tell me about your program, right?
Yeah, that was the first question.
So tell me about the program. I think the only thing you mentioned was that the school offered you this program. You are going to this school and this school offered you this program. Yes, they know the school has offered you this program. So what is it about the program? Just explain what the program is about. Okay. If there are specializations in the program, which specialization you are going for, and maybe the study plan, you have to mention that. By the way, you're so silent. You just mentioned the school. You are going to this school, and this school has offered you this program. You can do better. So you just have to look at it and just work on that. So next time you will be able to explain what the program is about and the study plan.
You are being asked about the program, but you mentioned the school first. You know, the visa officer already have the I-20 in front of them. So they've seen the school and that's why they're asking you about the program. It would be good if you even bring the program and you want to mention the school, that's absolutely fine. When it comes to your scholarship, that is not how it was acquired. You have to explain and you have a lot of work to do. So you have to talk about how come you merited, and Irene hinted on that. You merited the scholarship and you submitted a competitive CSS profile. So find the full meaning of CSS profile before you were awarded additional scholarship. And now you come and talk about your auntie who is supporting with the little deficits you have. So you can certainly do better, just like my brother said. So Nee would interview Frederick, or if there are any other comments for Nee, please go on. Does anybody else have comments for Nee?
I think my comment is more general. So anyone that has any funding from the school that didn't have to do anything extra apart from submitting their transcripts and their statements of purposes, they have been awarded a merit-based scholarship. Please correct me if I'm wrong. So if you're asked how you obtain your funding and you have a merit-based scholarship from a specific university, please try and emphasize on your academic prowess and what you did to merit that. That's maybe just standing out from the pool. So maybe you have a strong transcript where you were able to do well in your undergrad and had this GPA that relates to that. So literally just focus more on your academic prowess and how you got whatever results you got for your maybe undergrad or whatever. So just talk about your academic thank you.
All right. So you're going to interview Frederick. So Frederick, Frederick, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, Nee, let's go.
Okay. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning, Professor.
Please pass me your documents.
Okay, here they are.
What school are you going to?
I'm going to Union Commonwealth University in Barbaville, Kentucky to pursue a 2-year master's degree in information system management with the aim of gaining advanced knowledge in transformative business models and technologically innovative procedures to bridge the gap between our Ghanaian businesses and technology. After a successful completion, I'll return to take a senior role in my current place of work as an IT project coordinator. And in this role, I help multiple organizations, small, medium, and large businesses with their day-to-day operations, infrastructures, and IT support systems and security.
Okay. Who is funding your education?
I have a personal, I'm paying $4,000 for my, I'm having a personal savings of $4,000 to cover my living expenses. Also,
Am I the only person who cannot hear him?
No.
I think he's off.
No, I'm here.
Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Your line was breaking.
Yeah. Why did you choose to study in the US, not Ghana?
Although there are good schools in Ghana with a well-known educational system, I chose to attend this degree in a country that's very good in technological advancement, particularly in areas of data analytics and business intelligence, and also has an environment that provide innovative ambient for students to develop their creative skills. And United States was the forefront for all this. That's why I chose there.
What year did you complete high school?
High school. I completed my high school in the year 2015.
And this is your first degree?
No, this is my second degree. My first degree was a bachelor's in information technology from Ghana Communication Technology University, where I graduated with a CGP of 3.25.
Okay, so we'll end it here. Please, any comments?
So please, why are you switching from communication to your current study?
Okay, I pursued information technology IT, and I'm now doing information system management. But I'm pursuing this program because I've come to realize that implementing IT solutions in an organization requires more than just knowing technology and how to convert data, but it requires more of knowing the complex work within which an organization operates and how they properly implement technological skills. And as an IT specialist and a business consultant, I want to gain this comprehensive expertise to handle the complexity of this modern IT infrastructures and drive innovations into our organization.
Okay, so great response. It's very lengthy. If you can try and make it more, not really short, but more detailed and just straight to the point, so we don't give room for, yeah.
Okay.
All right, so Frederick, you interview the next person, Glory.
Okay. Hi, good morning.
Good morning, how are you?
I'm good. Can I have your I-20 in your passport?
Here you are.
Okay, why are you going to the US?
Come again?
Why are you going to the US?
I'm going to the US to pursue a bachelor's degree in registered nursing at Abian Christian University. And upon completion of my studies, I will return home and attain a more senior role as a nursing officer.
Okay, so why are you pursuing this program?
To me, it's a career progression since I hold a diploma in nursing, and whilst I was practicing as a diploma nurse, I found myself that I was challenged and limited in performing many skills. So this degree will enable me to achieve the skills and knowledge that I was limited.
Okay, but why didn't you pursue this program in your home country and you want to do it in the US?
I choose to study in the US because of the American nursing curriculum aligns well with my career goals and aspirations.
Okay, so how are you going to be funding your studies?
I received a scholarship of $22,000, and I also have a personal savings of $5,000, which I will cover through the savings that I had been saving whilst I was working as a diploma nurse, and the rest will be covered up by my uncle, Mr. Herbert Ntalika, who owns a wholesaler that distributes drugs and medical supplies to many hospitals in my home country. He earns $100,000 per year.
Okay, how long have you been working?
I have been working for 5 years. I started working in 2019.
Okay, I'll pass you to comments.
Okay.
I'm done with you. Yeah.
Okay. You were asked why do you want to study in US but not in your home country? So in this, for my opinion, your answer was, I think it's minor, but you can do better. You can rather say US are known for their quality education and their good reputation in quality healthcare, because that's why you are going there.
Okay, thank you.
Uh-huh.
I also think that when you said that it's in line with your career goals, that's a little vague. So maybe you can specify which of your career goals that this going to the US matches or helps you progress in. So maybe you be a little specific with your career goals.
Okay, noted.
All right, so we'll move on. So Glory, you interview Yankee. Yankee, are you ready?
Yes, please.
All right, Glory, let's go. Okay.
Good morning, Yankee.
Good morning.
Can you please pass me your documents?
Here they are, sir.
Okay, thank you. Tell me about yourself.
My name is Fofeda Tanyanki. I'm a graduate of China Pharmaceutical University, which I graduated last month. I pursued international economics and trade, and I've been admitted to pursue master's degree in business administration at Rockford University, Illinois. This program is going to enhance my business knowledge and equip me with financial and managerial skills, which after successful completion, I'll come back to Ghana to use the knowledge about car to manage the finances of my uncle's business.
How are you financing your education?
My main sponsor is my uncle in the person of Philemon Kojo Agge, who is a chemical engineer at Ghana National Petroleum Corporation and doubles up as a real estate developer who has 7 landed properties and the CEO of Agasco Building Company Limited. The company is into large sale of building materials, which after successful completion of my MBA program, I will come and take the financial role in the company.
Why studying the masters now?
Well, I just finished my undergraduate, and I realized furthering my taking a master's degree will enhance my business knowledge and will enable me to manage my anchor business since I have in-depth knowledge in business.
What is your cost of attendance?
My cost of attendance is $28,000 US.
Okay. Do you have any scholarship?
I have a day scholarship that was $250.
Okay, thank you. I'm passing you for comments.
Okay, thank you.
All right, any comments?
Yeah. So why were you so silent on your scholarship? Is it that it was too small an amount, so you decided not to mention?
Oh yeah, kind of. Yeah, I think it was small. That's why I didn't want to mention Spanish.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, and please, what undergraduate program did you study?
International Economics and Trade.
Oh, okay. All right.
Hi.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, please. Why masters now? I think problems that he will be addressing in relation to the position that is going to ask in the.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so Yankee, you interview Cindy. Cindy,
The company.
let's go on.
Yes, that is what I also want to say.
Hello, Cindy.
Hello, sir.
Pass me your document.
Here you go.
Where are you going?
I'm going to the United States of America.
Okay. Which school, please?
To the University of Wyoming to pursue a master's in communication, specifically in professional communication. At the University of Wyoming, Laramie.
Okay. Who is sponsoring your studies?
I have received a fully funded scholarship from the school in the form of a graduate teaching assistantship that will cover my fees, medical insurance, and tuition. For the next 2 years, I'll be taking the program.
Oh, congratulations for your scholarship. Tell me about your program.
Okay, so the communication program is a degree that will enrich my skills in writing, in oral and communication, specifically in relational communication, using theory and research methods that will prepare me with the foundational skills I will need to venture into the international market and have the skills to venture into the international market. Please, can I take it
Are you
again?
married? Oh, okay, sure.
Please, what did you ask me, please? Sorry.
I said, tell me about your program.
The Master's in Communication is a degree that will enrich my current skills in writing, oral communication, and verbal communication through the theory and research methods that will enable me to be prepared.
Are you married?
No, I'm not married, sir.
Okay, tell me about your postgraduate plans.
Right after my 2-year program, I intend to come back to Ghana, specifically to work in the company that I'm currently working for and take on a higher position of the communications head or even the head of marketing department.
Okay, I will pass it for comment.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think that when you were asked about your program, you went ahead
Yes.
to say what the program would do for you, not
Yeah.
necessarily describing the program. So maybe you
Okay.
could just tell us more about the program, the number of years, possibly the credit hours, and and then maybe leave it there. If you want to add what the program will do for you, you can do that after having described the program.
Yeah, so Cindy, I
And
think I
your
was about making the same comment that Clement has rightly mentioned. Do you have a background in communication?
Yes, please, I do.
And yes, so when you were talking about what the program do, you said it will provide you with a foundational skills, which is you have a background. So it is not going to provide you with a foundational skills. It is rather going to provide you with some sort of advanced skills in that, because you already have a background in that and you are going for a master's in that, and especially when you are coming from that background, isn't going to provide you with a foundational skills. Rather, it's rather going to provide you with advanced skills. You want to look at that.
And then when
All
the
right.
first question,
And then your first question was, where are you going? So you just say you are going to US and that ends it. So the viewer want to know what you are going to do at the US. You know definitely you are at the US embassy. So you are going to US. So what are you going to do? So you have to continue. You are going to US to pursue a master in this, to do this, to do that. You can even tell more about your program and what the program is going to do for you if the viewer didn't cut in. So not just you are going to US and that ends it. All right.
So
Okay, I
finally,
also
I would just recommend that you watch the Fred's Effect interview with the Agro Visa. It will give you more insight to what the last person just said. Thank you.
Okay. I would also like to add up that I was asking questions so that she will say something about home ties, but yeah, I think she didn't say anything till I asked what is your postgraduate plan. So please, when question is being asked, try to attach your home ties in every question that they ask. Thank you.
And also finally to that, I think with the home title, you mentioned that you come back to take up a position as a communication officer or a marketing officer. Meaning, you are not even specific. Are you coming back to your current place of work?
Yes,
Cindy,
that's the intention. Yes, that's the intention, please.
So if that's the intention, you know what you know
specific role is. Yeah.
the specific role.
Okay.
So you should be certain that you are coming back as communication officer or a marketing officer, depending on how your organization calls it. Okay.
Yes, please.
Is this your first time being interviewed here?
Yeah, the very first time.
Oh, okay. And your interview is super close. You'll be fine. How is your funding like?
I have everything will be sorted out from the GA position I got. Everything will be sorted from the fees to the stipend to medical insurance situation.
All right. So you do not have a deficit on the I-20?
No, I do not have a deficit.
Okay. I have a couple of friends in Wyoming. I don't think they're studying communication that we could link up. I think we have a page for the people we've assisted to Wyoming, so we could link you up with them. Anyway, we'll move on. So Cindy will interview Enoch.
Hello, Enoch.
Hi, Cindy.
Why are you here?
Okay, so I'm here to be interviewed for an F1 visa, which will give me access to the US to go and pursue 2 years Master of Science degree in clinical psychology to acquire the psychological skills to come back
and apply the psychological diagnosis, assessment, and intervention skills to help my current students, vulnerable children, and the marginalized in my community who are battling
Okay, and
with
how do you
mental.
intend to fund your studies?
Okay, so my graduate assistantship offer and my personal savings of $6,000 will cover for my tuition, books, and health insurance. The
Do you
remaining
have any
deficit,
relatives in the United States?
no, please.
Okay, and what would the degree do for you?
Okay, this degree will help me to acquire a comprehensive psychological knowledge, intervention, and assessment skills to come back to Ghana and contribute my quota to the increasing rate of psychological disorders and mental health related challenges in my school and my community.
Okay, what's your long-term career goal?
In the long-term career goal, I will return to Ghana and practice professionally as a clinical psychologist. I also intend to establish an NGO that will provide psychotherapy for traumatized children and women in my community.
Okay, please, I'll leave you for the comments now.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, any comments for Enoch? If not, we move on. Cindy, you have a comment for Enoch?
I was just impressed with the way he answered the questions. I think I'll just say that.
Right. So Enoch will interview Prince.
Okay. Hi, Prince.
Prince, you are not finding the unmute button. It's just closer to where your phone is.
Please, is it what Prince? Oh.
Yeah, it's you.
Oh, okay.
Hi, Prince.
Hello.
Yes, how are you?
I'm good, and you?
I'm also fine. Can you tell me the city where you are going to pursue this program?
I'm going to study the state.
Yes.
Hello. Michigan. Yeah, Michigan.
Okay. So why this program?
Okay, I am nurse assistant clinicals, currently working as nurse assistant in Ghana Health Service. So pursuing this program will help me to assume a position as nursing officer after successful completion, and it will also give me more experience and knowledge in my field of study as a nurse, where I'll come back to help my service and my current workplace.
How are you funding your studies in the US?
I have been awarded with $6,192, and my deficits will be taking care of my brother Abdurrahman, who is into rice, maize, and livestock farming.
Okay, what can this program do for you?
After successful completion of this program, I will assume a position as nursing officer, and it also give me a global exposure, and it will enhance me with more knowledge, skills, and the use of new electronic machines such as defibrillator and oxygen planted machines. It will also help me to educate my community about communicable and non-communicable diseases, and moreover, I'll be part of decision making in my facility as nursing officer.
Okay, thank you. I'm approving your visa for comments.
So, Mr. Somaila, you asked about who your sponsor was. You just mentioned what the sponsor does without mentioning what he earns, which is very, very important. So you want to mention the annual salary of your sponsor and, if possible, the monthly salary as well. Okay, and maybe if he has dependents, you would want to bring that up, and how many people he sponsored in the past, if there is anything to that effect. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Please, any other comment?
Yeah, we'll move on. Continue interview Nicholas.
All right. Hi, Nicholas.
Hello.
Please kindly pass me the document.
There you go, sir.
Why do you want to study in US?
So studying in the US, specifically University of Rochester, will give me an advanced knowledge in diagnostic imaging, which I will use this advanced knowledge upon return to take up a role at my current place of work, Department of Imaging Technology, University of Cape Coast, as a senior researcher, where I'll be working with faculty members and also students on MRI image data analysis.
What ties you home?
Come again?
What ties you home?
Okay, my current place of work ties me home. That's I'll come back to take up a role as a senior researcher because my current place of work are the ones sponsoring my education. So there is a need for me to come back and then come and take up the role as a senior researcher role since they are in need of faculty members at the department in the field of research.
How do you intend to find your education?
Come again?
How do you
Hello?
intend to find it? Yes, how do you intend to find your education?
Aside the $30,750 scholarship that I've been awarded, the remaining deficit to be covered by my current institution, that's University of Cape Coast, Department of Imaging Technology. The reason for this sponsorship is because of the need for faculty members in the field of research, and also, hello, can you hear me?
Yes, please. Okay. Let me pass you. Let me approve your visa for comment. So, any comment for our brother?
Nicola, can you reposition yourself? I think your line is kind of breaking.
Okay. Is it better, please?
Yeah, I think it's better now.
Okay. Thank you.
So, comment for our brother.
So what I would want to say is that I think he speaks very well. He knows his story too. So he should just keep it up and keep practicing.
Thank you very much.
So, Nicholas, you will interview the next person.
Okay, please, who's the next person?
It's me, Nicholas. It's Evans.
Okay. Hi, Evans. How you doing?
I'm fine. Yourself?
I'm blessed too. Why are you here, please?
I'm here to be interviewed for an F1 visa. That will permit me to go to the United States, specifically to the University of Kentucky, to pursue a 5-year fully funded PhD in communication with a specialization in health communication, where I will be specializing.
Why this program, please?
I chose the PhD in communication because it is a progression in my academic journey, as I already have a bachelor's and a master's degree in communication studies. And as someone who would want to come back to Ghana to work as a lecturer, going for this program will provide me with the advanced skills, knowledge, and expertise in communication theories and principles, as well as the teaching and research competencies and the academic qualification to come back to Ghana to work as a lecturer. In the long run, the knowledge I would acquire would also permit me to set up a center for health and risk communication, where I will be investigating into health-related misinformation and disinformation and the overall impact on health decision-making.
Okay, all right. I believe your program is a research program, right? Can you tell me about your research, what you'll be working on?
So my research is in the area of health-related misinformation and disinformation and the overall impact on health decision-making. And I'll be designing an evidence-based communication intervention that will help address health-related misinformation. Specifically, I will be working on the topic, leaving no stone unturned, a critical analysis of health-related misinformation and disinformation in the digital world.
Amazing. I'll be approving your visa for comment. Thank you. Is there any comment for Mr. Ivan? Hello, any comment? Hey, don't sleep. Oh. Any comment, please? Okay, Mr. Ivan said basically you did well in your delivery. So I will say you have to keep it up, but then you can keep practicing. Thank you. So you can interview the next person, please.
Thank you. So the next person is Michael. Hi, Michael. Is Michael around?
I think Michael has already been interviewed.
Yes,
Okay,
I've been interviewed already.
Okay. Then we have Clement Kisi.
Yeah, that's me.
Hi, Clement.
Hello.
Please pass me your document.
Please, here you are.
What's your motivation for this program?
Okay, so the main motivation for this program is whenever I go out and I look at the number of young people who are addicted to substance but do not have the right means or the right sources to go to for help and assistance, I'm motivated to study this program that is a 3-year master's in addiction counseling, to come back and provide a means that will be accessible to such young people who are in substance abuse to gain the necessary help that they need.
What will this program do for you?
So this program, especially the program in the University of Minnesota, where I've been admitted to, inculcates the advocacy of public policies into the counseling training section. So it will equip me with the necessary skills that I need to be able to advocate for the public policies to be made in favor of patients
Please
who are either...
Tell me about your study plan.
Okay, so my study plan of my program is a 3-year master's in addiction counseling, which is a 30 credits hour in all. So the first semester I'll be doing 9 credit hours. That is introduction into the fundamentals of counseling, psychopharmacology, and then also ethics. And then over the rest of the years, the rest of the credit hours will be shared. That is 5, 6,
Congratulations on your funding. Who will be covering the deficit?
So I am being sponsored by a private entity, and that is Everpen Travel Centers. This is a fully funded scholarship which I merited after having gone through series of interviews with the management, explaining my motives and my motivation for pursuing this particular course.
How has your academic background prepared you for this program?
Okay, so I have a bachelor's degree in physician assistant studies, which gave me exposure to some fundamentals in psychology, and which has also given me exposure to patients. So this particular academic background has given me the exposure to how patients need to be assisted in such fields.
Why do you deserve this visa?
I believe I deserve this visa because I have been admitted to the University of Minnesota Twin Cities, and also I have been able to successfully secure a funding that will make me not a burden to the states and not to myself, which means I'll be able to successfully undergo my program and then return back to my country to also further.
Thank you very much, Clement. I'm passing Clement for comment. So Clement, my first observation is that with the first 3 questions that I asked, you barely mentioned the name of your school and the program actually we are going through until I asked you to tell me about your study plan. So you'd want to mention your program right from the outset, because I felt the first question was what the motivation for this program. So first you should have been able to mention the name of the program. So try as much as possible to do that. Okay.
Okay, that's noted. Thank you.
So we'll move on to the next person. So Yao, was it Yao who was just interviewed?
No, Clement.
Okay, so Clement
So
will
please,
interview
who is the next person?
Kofi.
Sorry, Kofi.
All right. Hello, Kofi.
Hello, Clement.
How are you?
I'm doing good by God's grace. How are you doing?
I'm fine. Please tell me why you're here.
Okay. I'm here for my F1 student visa interview into the United States to pursue an acting course at Ball State University.
How many years are you going to spend in the US?
It's a bachelor's degree for a 4-year stay, which starts on the 19th of August 2024 and ends on the 5th of May 2028.
How are you going to be funding your studies in the US?
I've been awarded a scholarship renewable every year for $12,000, and the deficits will be covered by my father, Mr. Stephen Owari, who works as an accountant and sales executive at Reese & Co. Company Limited in Ghana.
How did you acquire the scholarship, if I may ask?
After submitting compelling transcripts, a recommendation letter from my headmaster, 2 headshot pictures, and my resume, and qualifying for auditions for an upcoming role by Ball State University, I landed this scholarship.
So what's your post-graduation plans?
Okay. After with the aim of hoping to rebuild and make films for the film industry in my country, the acting program planning Ball State University will equip me with quality knowledge about filming and acting, which will help me in the rebuilding of the film industry in my country with YMCA.
All right. Thank you very much. I'll pass you on for comments.
Okay.
Any comments for Kofi? All right, so Kofi, you interview.
Yeah, Kofi.
Okay.
I think I have a comment. So Kofi,
Okay.
you said you are going for an acting course, right?
Yes, please.
Do you have any portfolio?
Do I have any portfolio?
Yes.
As in,
or basically like a previous something like an acting.
Oh yeah. At YMCA, I'm a lead actor in its film sector. So I've gotten the basics in filming and acting from YMCA. That's why.
So do you have a work, like your work that you can show when you are asked upon? Because normally some of these arts courses they would ask you of your portfolio.
Yes, please.
If you do, then I think you can.
Okay. Thank you.
Kofi, is YMCA supposed to be an abbreviation?
Okay, so the full meaning for YMCA is Young Men Christians Association. It's a NGO in Ghana here.
So I'll kindly advise that the last time Fred said you shouldn't assume that they would know the meanings of the abbreviations. So kindly speak in full whenever you're supposed to.
Thank you.
All right, so you interview Kofi, you interview Yao.
Yao. Okay. Hello, Yao.
Yeah, it's not ready, so we'll move on to Cordelia. Hi, Cordelia.
Hello, Cordelia.
Okay.
Hello.
Okay, so please introduce yourself.
My name is Cordelia Nelineti. I have a bachelor's degree in public health nutrition from University of Health and Allied Science. I also have a certificate in NEBOSH International General Certificate in Occupational Safety and Health. Yes, I'm currently working as a document controller in the health and safety department in my company, IFAG Energy Systems, Transport and Distribution. My roles and responsibilities are controlling health and safety documents, training of employees
Tell
on
me
health
about
and
your
safety.
school.
Okay, Indiana State University is located at Indiana Terre Haute. It's it's classified amongst the doctoral professional universities. It offers about 75 graduate courses and 100 undergraduate courses. It was
Cordelia,
founded in,
what's Indiana
yes,
known for?
Indiana is known for their agricultural prowess, which is the growing of corn, hogs, soya beans. They are also known for the quarrying of limestones, which they use in the construction of historical buildings and monuments. They are also known for, the state is known as a manufacturing powerhouse, which they are known for the manufacturing of steel and automotive. Indiana has other prestigious
Do you know
universities such as,
anybody in the US?
no, please. I do not know anybody in the US.
So how did you hear about this school?
Based on my interest to study a master's degree in occupational safety management, I did an extensive research online and I came across Middlesex University and Indiana State University. Upon emailing the faculty members in both schools at the Department of Occupational Safety Management, I realized I had a research alignment with Professor Sherman Mullins James at Indiana State University. So I decided to go with Indiana State University.
How are you finding your education?
I have been awarded a graduate teaching assistantship of $24,338, which covers my tuition and gives me a yearly stipend. However, I have a deficit of $5,504, which will be covered by my mom, Messina Shomenoi. She is a business owner. She owns two jewelry business companies, which deals in wholesale and retail. Aside that, she has three apartment buildings. We live in one, and she's renting the other two. She has an annual income of $30,000 and a monthly income of $2,500.
I'll be passing you for comments.
Okay.
I think I like the flow of Cordelia. She knows her story. She knows how to articulate a point very well. And I think I would urge her to continue on this way and keep practicing, and she'll be good to go.
Thank you very much.
All right, Ubo, so Cordelia, you interview the next person, Gifty.
Okay.
Gifty, are you
Hello.
ready? Okay, Gifty is not ready, so move on to Wilbrand. Hi, Wilbrand. Okay, then Eric. Eric is not here, so Obi. Okay, Obi is not here. So let's move on to Sharif Osman. Hi, Sharif.
Yeah.
All right, Cordelia, go on.
Hello, Sharif.
Yeah, hello, good morning.
Good morning. Please, why are you here?
For an F1 visa interview, which will grant me access to the United States, specifically University of South Dakota, to pursue a 3 years master's degree in public administration with a concentration in electronic administration, which upon a successful completion, I will be returning back home into my country to assume a higher position within the
Why
Ghana
do you want to
Education
study in the
Service.
US?
So the US, because of the practical-oriented nature of the program at University of South Dakota, students get the opportunity to a wide range of industries and internship opportunities, and a chance to network with students and professionals from all over the world.
How many credit hours are required for your course?
36 credit hours, which includes 9 credit hours each semester, where I'll be taking courses like Introduction to Public Personnel Management, Electronic Administration, Advanced Leadership Theory and Practice, which upon a
Why did
successful
you
completion,
choose? Why did you choose University of South Dakota?
I chose University of South Dakota because the curriculum concentration aligns perfectly with my career goal of becoming head of administration within the Ghana Education Service where I currently work. And secondly, the research interests of Professor Matthew Ferro, who is a lecturer at the Department of Political Science, align perfectly with my career goals. Upon my constant interaction with him, he has assured me of getting both the practical and the theoretical experience needed for a successful implementation of electronic administration back into my home country.
How will you be funding your education?
My education will be funded by my dad in the person of Mr. Usman Idris. He is a successful businessman who makes an annual income of between 800,000 to 900,000 Ghana cedis. He is into commercial ginger farming and owns 80 acres of agricultural farmland in the Uti region, where he distributes this product to companies such as Casapreco Company Limited and other wholesale outlets within the country. Additionally, he's also into the real estate business and possesses 1570 detached homes located at Madina, Libya. He has been in this business for 20 years till now, and is willing to support me because he believes in the value of this opportunity, and is willing to support my personal and professional growth as a son.
Okay, thank you very much. Please, I'm passing him for comment.
Or any comments for Sheriff? All right, so Sheriff, you
Okay,
interviewed.
I have just one comment for
Okay.
Sherry. Yeah, when he was asked about why was here, his response was, "I'm here for an F1 visa." And I think over time, we've always been told to tell that we're here to be interviewed for an F1 visa, not here for an F1 visa.
All right, thank you.
All right, Sheriff, you interviewed Enos. Hi, Enos, are you here? Okay, so it's not. So we are going to end it here.
Hello, I'm here. I'm here, please. Sorry.
All right, Sheriff, go ahead.
Mr. Enos, good morning.
Good morning.
Can you pass me your document?
Yes, sir. Here you are.
Please tell me about your program.
My program is a 2-year master's program in public health with a concentration in maternal, child, and family health. It is a 42 credit hour program. And in my first year, I'll be taking courses such as data analysis in public health, as well as developing, implementing, and evaluation of public health solutions. In my final year, I'll take a research into causes of childhood birth defects in developing countries, and after that, I'll defend it and hopefully receive a master's certificate, my master's degree in public health.
So what do you do currently?
I'm an obstetrician gynecologist at 37 Military Hospital, where my duties involve taking comprehensive care of women who are pregnant throughout their pregnancy, as well as ensuring safe delivery, and then also postnatal care of such women. Again, my duties also involve taking care of women with reproductive health issues, such as infertility and other gynecological infections.
So what's the relationship between what you do currently and what you are going to say?
Over the years, I've noticed a steady rise in childhood birth defects. So my aim is to strengthen the interface between clinical medicine and childhood and public health, with the hope of reducing significantly the childhood birth defects that I've noticed within my hospital.
All right. So how do you plan on getting on campus?
Please come again.
How do you plan to get to campus?
Well, my contact in the school is the International Scholars Coordinator, Amanda Mills, and she'll be my contact once I get to the school.
Why should this visa be approved?
Granting me this visa would enable me to acquire the necessary skills and knowledge within the that is related to childhood birth defects. And once I'm able to gain this knowledge, I'll return to my country, where I'll take up a role as the director of the fetal maternal division, where I will lead a team in significantly reducing childhood birth defects in my hospital.
All right. So I'll be passing you for comment.
Yeah, hello.
Hello.
Yes, please. One of the things I want to comment on, you asked for the relationship between what he does and the program he's going to read, and I think that place he can look at it well, because the clear relationship wasn't stated. Yes, so he can work on it to help.
Yes, please.
The issue of
And
how do you plan to get on campus too? I think your answer wasn't clear on that. You should tell us how you plan on getting to campus, maybe taking a flight from here to here, then maybe from this place to campus or something like that.
Okay.
That was what I was about to comment. But in role, you did well. You did well. Your confidence, I like your confidence.
Thank you, sir. All right. So the two areas, the relationship between the course and then my work, and then how do I get to my place of study?
Yeah.
So getting to the place of your
I'll try
study.
work on that. Yes, thank you.
All right.
Yes.
All right, so we end it here, and then if you have questions, you can go ahead and put up your hand. Let's discuss them, and we call it a day. Okay, TJ, go ahead.
Okay, thank you, Fred. So my question is, for someone who recently traveled to Kenya for vacation, what's like the best way for you to answer the question, have you traveled to another country, considering it has nothing to do with work-related activities?
Oh yeah, obviously you have. And I don't know if a visa was required. If a visa was required, it means that it will show in your passport as well. So yeah, you have to answer yes to that. Amma, please go ahead.
Thank you. Please, when they ask you who is funding you, and you say your uncle is funding you, but why is he funding you? And you say your uncle is funding because your daddy is sick. Please, is it appropriate?
Amma has memorized some. Okay, let's take comments from people. Amma is asking if it's appropriate. So does anybody have any suggestions for Amma?
Okay, Amma, why don't we put it in this way? Maybe your brother is funding because he is currently managing the family business. Instead of saying your father is sick.
What if there's no family business, bro?
Indeed, my father is sick.
So he's incapable of sponsoring you. You just have to flaunt what the source of finance of your brother and how capable he is to fund your education. Of course, he's a family member, so obviously there might be some responsibility, especially if your dad is incapable of doing that. So
okay.
Otin Prince.
Okay, Mr. Fred, I submitted my bank statements of my brother who is taking care of my education, but this nursing process was started with USAID, where they come to Ghana and they support deprived areas. So 3 days ago, I had email from them asking me how I want to pursue my education from, and I said I have been already getting admission in the US. So they are asking me to involve them in my education, of which I've already done all my things. I don't know how to go about it. Like they want to sponsor my education.
Are they providing you a scholarship, any financial document that you can send to your school so that they would update your I-20 for you.
They want to do in that way, but I've already had my I-20.
Yeah,
And
you can
I don't
update
know
your I-20 if you think that it's going to increase your
I
chances
don't
of
know
getting
when they are.
your visa. So if you could, if it's not very close, if your visa interview is not very close, you can definitely get either a sponsorship or a scholarship letter from them, and then you can send it to your school to get the I-20 updated. Fatima, please go on.
Good morning, Mr. Fred. Okay, I submitted my uncle's bank statement for my I-20, but unfortunately, I couldn't have a new version of it. It has expired because this was since January when I was applying for the school. So now the money is less, and I don't want to print the same thing to the embassy. So I emailed the school, and they asked me to use any other bank statement since they haven't written on the I-20 the name of the person sponsoring me. So now I want to use my husband's bank statement, which has so much money than my uncle's own. But one of my friends is discouraging me. She's like, I don't think that's a good tie or something. They might say your husband, this, that, and that. So I don't know. What is your advice on this? Should I take my uncle's bank statement, or I can go ahead with my husband?
Yeah, whichever one you decide, it's absolutely fine. However, this is my suggestion. There are some questions that are legitimate, but you don't ask the right people. So most of the people who work out there so some questions you don't have to ask them. So there are three outcomes for the visa interview: an approval, a denial, or administrative processing. So this same school, if you send a different bank statement from the one you sent, that was based on which your I-20 was issued, and you are being put on administrative processing and your bank statement is taken, the school will indicate that a different statement was sent to them for your I-20 to be released. I don't know if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So whichever statement you want to use, just one, make sure that it is consistent with what the school you sent to the school. So if you want to change it to a different statement, please update the financial affidavit or financial support form. Let the school be aware that this is the statement you are using for the interview, so that they will also have it on file, right?
Okay.
Let's talk about the reduced amount. Has it been reduced such a way that it is now below the cost of attendance or the deficit that the bank statement was taking care of initially?
Yeah, sure, because it's a bank, it's a business account, so it keeps fluctuating.
All right. So what happens is that ideally it wouldn't be appropriate to send in the updated one. Another thing is that the embassy do not have specific requirements on how old or the bank statement should be. In fact, it is the school that gives you that requirement. So some schools say that we don't want a company statement. Others say that we don't want a bank statement older than 3 months. Some say 6 months. Some doesn't want, any other bank account apart from your family member. So it's your school that gives that instructions. You get it?
Okay.
So if you think that you want to use a new one, then you send it to the school, let them update it. If you can even add the two of them, like the updated copy of the one you sent to the school, and you add your husband's own to it. Or in terms of proving home ties, it's not only being married, which is very strong, a home tie. There are other ways you can prove home ties. Also, you can decide that I will be sending the old one like that because it has enough funds on them. And if they ask you, why didn't you get an updated version, you should have a proper answer to give to them. So there are multiple different ways of going about this. There's no one way to do this. All right, Mohammed, go ahead.
Yes, good morning. Thank you, Mr. Fred. I really want to know how can I get a personal training, like I explain my old profile and you guide me with answers.
There is platform. There is a link over there that you can use to schedule a one-on-one meeting. Duke, please go on. So the WhatsApp platform has a page description, or WhatsApp page description. Then the link is over there. Please go ahead.
Okay, so when I joined, you were answering this question that I've been wanting to ask. On the DS 160, my intended date for arrival is July 16th. And the interview too is in 8th August.
Technically, it just doesn't make sense that you arrive before you go for interview. Yeah, so it just straightforward like that, bro.
Okay, so
Miller, please go on. Miller, are you there? Okay. All right. So guys, more than 2 hours today. We are done. We appreciate everybody for joining, for your contribution, and also the effort you put into helping other people as well. We'll continue tomorrow. If you have questions, please join early. Of course, you can also direct your questions on the platform. And when we meet tomorrow, we would address some of them after the session, and we'll address it as well. And then on Sundays, we do document review. The idea is to go through your documents, make sure everything is right before you submit it. If it is possible for you to do anything in your human capacity to prevent a denial, please do it. Don't go for the interview and later regret it. It will be good if you go and you are being approved the first time, and then you don't have to stress on the second attempt. But if you've also been denied, that is not the end of life. Putting the effort is definitely going to pay off. So yeah, it's been a great session. We'll continue tomorrow. Have a nice day, everyone.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Can you please drop the link again?
Thank you.
For the one-on-one session?